Hello, beautiful Virgo. This is Mary Ellen coming to you once again from Moonrise Cottage for your April 2018 Soul Tarot reading. I use the beautiful Celtic Wisdom Tarot deck developed by Caitlin Matthews, and I'm starting with this image today because something really magical happened here at Moonrise Cottage. When I was doing your reading last month, I was talking about what a lovely day it was and how I went out on the deck just to soak in some sunshine because the first time in months and months and months it was warm. It was 50 degrees and sandwiched in between these raging snowstorms that have been coming across the country and up the East Coast. All of a sudden the sky cleared, the sun was out, it was brilliant, 50 degrees. When I came in from the deck and I did your reading, I turned off my computer and I noticed this butterfly had flown into the house. It was a really beautiful confirmation for me about the messages that have been coming through from Spirit. Let me transition over and say hello. Hi, everybody. This event to me was just pure mystical magic. Where a butterfly came from in the middle of the raging winter, I will never know. There have been a lot of mystical things that have happened here at Moonrise Cottage, and maybe someday, if you folks are interested, I'll do a special live stream about that. And I've had the creatures, come to the meadow. If you've been following along through last year, you saw some of them coming as a visitor, special visitor, on the day of the readings in order to drive home the message. And so to have this beautiful butterfly come here on the day when I did your Virgo reading last month, given the cards that are about to come out for for April, you'll see. So this is about transformation. All the things that Spirit's been talking about since we came through the winter solstice: evolution, emergence, transformation, and being ready to spread our wings, and transform ourselves and evolve our form into the ability to go forward in 2018 on a new journey. So there she is. She lived in my house for about 2.5 weeks and seemed to want to just sort of hang out on my shirt. I was in and out, gone overnight a bunch of times. I put out water for her, and she just hung out. And eventually I thought, I'm going to do a live stream reading and see what the messages are for the collective about this. You can see that video on the channel. It was a long live stream. I chopped off some of it, and the tail end of that reading is a lot of me interacting with folks who were chatting on the live stream. So go check out the middle section of that reading, and you'll hear some discussion of butterfly animal medicine. And, it's no surprise. Transformation from the inside out. And what Spirit's saying today is, does the caterpillar know that she is a butterfly? I'm not sure I know the answer to that. Perhaps the answer is maybe so. Maybe we feel it when we are in a transformative process, changing form in a very literal way. That is the message that's been coming through my spirit guides, that was an interesting Freudian slip, wasn't it? For the last several months, all about this type of discussion. So we're going to do a little bit of review. The Spirit's pushing me a little bit already, chattering through about the cards. So let's jump into a review of March and take a look. Right in the center, we see a reflection of this butterfly. That's what Spirit is telling me. There you are, standing in the winds of change, out in the universe. That's a major arcana card. That is the position in which you stand in the months of March, with the sacred energy swirling around you, coming into a place of balance and harmony. That is the balancer of harmony. And sitting next to it on the right, we saw the beautiful empowerer of will. The first step on the human realm was the last card in the major arcana of this deck. That was about this notion again, of transformation, of reaching an end point in order to go forward, having been renewed through the journey that took an entire year. All about the swirling of energy, and in a particular way, the swirling of the swastika, the sacred swastika. If you don't know that information, please go and Google that. I did put some videos, I believe, on the playlist about that. Having come into this end point toward a new beginning, there was a new foundation. And the foundation on which you were standing, the foundation of skill, was about coming into a place within yourself where you become the touch point for your own wisdom, able to receive the wisdom that comes from the spiritual realm, and standing in the light of that, inside yourself, moving through the energy. The card on the far left of the center row is the card that indicates that which connects you to your spirit or soul journey. That was about your energy flowing out over the land, so to speak, and a beautiful representation of the Virgo energy in a sense. Above that, we see the beautiful Queen of Art, who is highly creative and sits on a throne of the triple spiral of change. She looks directly into the next phase of the journey, a prophecy about the beginning of happiness, the ability to begin to manifest out of the sacred cauldron in a beautiful, fertile place in order to bring forward that which you desire. The next card, the beautiful Judgment of Art, the ability to stand still and take some time to think and ponder on the spiritual realm, to let go of that which no longer works, and to allow it to flow away, because there becomes an awareness, the fact that new growth is awaiting. And so the fact that the augury of art, the ability to manifest in a highly creative way, comes forward into this moment of bringing new stability. The image of two vessels sitting side by side, each engaged with the water element, about flow and cycling. And again, Spirit is referencing back in this moment to the center card, the balancer of harmony, bringing your own energy into this way, into this place, a stable place, in order to go on this grand adventure, the adventure of art. So we see the woman of art on the left, and the two cards that indicate the spirit theme, your strength and your balance. And in that way you go forward for this mystical adventure, the adventure of art, in order to recapture something that had been lost and turn the spiral of destiny. The cards for April are astounding. Spirit saying, based on those notions, take a look at that. The card that stands over the top, the Spirit card, is the dialogue of art. Continuing the notion about the adventure of art that was the outcome last month. So the Spirit theme for this month is about the sacred dialogue. And look at that. Today's the 27th. The full moon, the second full moon in March, ushering in April, comes in just a couple of days. Spirit's talking really loudly. This card has come out a lot. Go and look at some of the other readings. It's really interesting to me as a reader to see the pattern. There's a new pattern emerging. I talked about that a lot. And Spirit's saying it's wrapped up in this notion of evolution and change and transformation and being ready to take flight in a new form. And I'm getting a chill. It's a beautiful message. This sacred dialogue, if you will. Spirit's talking again about the aperture of the moon, understanding the energy that it pulls, and the wisdom, the river of wisdom, the joining of the yin and yang in order to be in the light of the moon and the sacred river of knowledge that flows into you in these days. Spirit's been talking a lot about the yin and yang energy, you know, if you've been following along for a long time. all through last year, in a sense, while we were in this, okay, Spirit saying the place of work, the place of digging up and understanding what was going to come forward as a platform, as a foundation. And last month, we saw this beautiful foundation. Let me toggle back one more time. In the center on the bottom, we see this new foundation and the nature of it that Spirit has been talking about. This month, we see the Spirit theme all about the sacred dialogue. I know with certain clarity in my being that something important is happening because this is a blue moon. It is the second full moon of the month. It is the last time that that's going to happen until 2020. That's pretty amazing. So Spirit's basically just saying to us, let's have a conversation under the light of the moon with the energy that's being ushered in this way, this beautiful flow of energy. The yin and yang of your existence as a human person and as a spirit being, and the energy that cycles in a yin and yang way here upon the earth, back and forth from the spirit realm. This is the new theme that's emerging for 2018 because I've seen this in a lot of the readings. So, based on what was happening in March, we have arrived. What I love about this is the next card that indicates your energy, the aspect in which you stand. Take a look at where you were at in March. And in April, it is a very similar image, the swirl of sacred energy. Last month, it was the balancer of harmony. This month, we see the spinner of growth, being able to stand in this sacred energy in a very balanced way, being able to wield it, and from that place, sending out the seeds for growth and a new life, being able to take the energy in from the sacred realm and process it, so to speak, in your human existence, and send it back out with seeds for that which is to come. Standing right next to the sacred dialogue in the light of the moon, it's a beautiful prophecy in a sense for you as you begin in earnest, Spirit says, on the journey of 2018, ushered in and announced in that way. Once upon a time, Spirit says, a hawk flew into my house. I've had entire beehives come and rest on this house. A lot of mystical things happen, at least in my experience, that's how I interpret it, in this place. And, I think there's a live stream that's going to come out because where I'm coming into the time is I transition through my own shift and change and emergence and evolving. I'm coming into a time, part of the preparation for me being in the place that I'm in is in order to send out these seeds to transition and to help others do the same. So I'm hoping in 2018 to be able to start offering sacred ceremonies and the ability for people to come to Moonrise Cottage. I've known for 20 years that that's part of the destiny that I've been prepared for, that this place is for others to arrive here and have their own journey. So I'm excited about that. It's the first time I've ever said it. So Virgo, thank you for your accompaniment with me on this journey that I've been on. And I'm always ever so curious to find out what's going on for you folks. So take a look at the first card on the bottom left. That is the Liberator. It is the Death card. It is here to help you understand that you have been through a process of death and reincarnation and transformation in this way. And there's something so deeply inspiring and beautiful about that. I'm very grateful to Spirit that the cards are coming out this way. So that card on the very bottom, that is the Liberator of Devotion. Check it out. A major arcana card. The first step on your human journey is about having come across. And there's the shaman carrying the head. In the ancient times, it was believed that the soul resided in the head. Very definitely profound female energy. The portal through which souls must travel in order to go back and forth and have their journey. The very next card is the soul. Astounding to me. All right, Spirit's asking me to toggle back one more time, just to show you March. Just take a look. There you are, having completed a cycle, standing on a new foundation. And in this new foundation, you take literally a soul journey through 2018. I've been saying it for a couple of months, and now the cards are here and the butterfly has arrived to give us all the certain knowledge that these things are transforming us in ways that will help us go forward and manifest what we want. So this person, indicating humanity, if you will, slumbering in a sense. Most of us aren't aware of our soul journey. This is about having this awakening. Do you see the spirals, the energy rising from the spine, kind of indicating a Kundalini awakening? And as we slumber in our human journey, the soul rises and goes through a portal. Walking out into the sacred realm, there's the bowl, and there's the turning of the triple spiral. Walking into your destiny on a soul level. And this is here on the human realm. It's a very, Spirit's saying, it's a very important foundation that we're standing on now from which to take this journey. And you will feel this in your human life. And if you look at the card that stands next to that, that's a prophecy. That is the augury of art, the beginning of the ability to manifest, the beginning of happiness, water elements, abundance, and tranquility, and the rising of the love that streams into our beings. It's a fertile moment because we see the liberator of devotion sitting next to the soul and ending in this augury, this prophecy about what we are able to perform now, Spirit says, with this beautiful young woman standing before the sacred cauldron in this place of prophecy about the art of being human and bringing forth what it is we would like to manifest because of our soul journey. The very next card, which I haven't seen for a while, this card came out a lot in 2017. It's the first time I've seen it back in the readings since I started doing the readings in 2018. Look at that. If you don't know anything about the Eagle Medicine cards, go and look up Eagle Medicine. This is about exalted vision. Eagle has the ability to soar effortlessly on the winds, on the drafts. Eagles are said to have the ability to communicate directly with the sacred realm. And there we are, arriving into this place of being hand in hand, so to speak. And so Spirit's talking about that sacred dialogue, the card that came out over the top, the dialogue of art, about the spinner of growth. And this is the card that connects your human journey with your spirit journey. Able to rise in this manner into the journey, connecting our human, wow, it's interesting. I was going to say soul, journey, striving, arriving in this place. What I love about this left-hand column is that on the human realm, we see the liberator of devotion, causing us to be able to reach this pinnacle and be in communication within ourselves. And last month we were talking about that very notion. On the bottom right, in the month of March, it was about being a touchstone for yourself, coming into the knowledge of the totality of your being. And now this month we see that totality of your being rising in through this energy into another major arcana card. There's a lot of traveling continuing and a beautiful transformation that has taken place in the days of March, setting up the stage for this journey in April. There's the full moon that I was just talking about. That is another major arcana card. That is the imaginer of harmony. Diving deep under the light of the full moon, that is a sacred vessel. You can't tell by this depiction. The mythology is that it has golden oars, and when you grasp the oars, you can go wherever you'd like. This is about intuition. This is about dreaming. This is about astral travel. This is about manifesting your desires. And there you are, diving very deep into those sacred waters because of the pull of the moon. So this month, in a couple of days when the moon comes, know that is opening literally an aperture, a portal, if you will, because we see it in the cards. Look at the rise of the energy through the portal on the human realm and the soul journey that you're having. It is directly reflective of the soul inspiration that causes your human walk to unfold. And sitting next to the Imaginer of Harmony, we have the Sacred Mother. There she is, a representation of the portal that humans must travel in order to incarnate. Your soul is going into the next phase of its development, and the Sacred Mother brings you across with all the bounty that you will need for this journey. The name of this card is the Shaper of Growth. There's something significant that has transformed us. And not just here in this realm. It is our soul destiny that has been transformed. We have reached a completely new stage, in a sense. As a soul being, I find that incredibly exciting. The next card is the Keeper of Harmony. And last month, in the center of your reading, was the Balancer of Harmony. And this is the progress that your soul is making, the sacred journey that your soul is on, that is so incredibly reflected in the human walk. So one of the things that Spirit's been talking about with me all month as the readings have been coming out, there's the beautiful male energy, bringing harmony into a central position within your life in a very sacred way, the strategy with which we perform our lives. And for us this month, Virgo, it's about making harmony come into the central strategy, if you will, with which we do life, and keeping it there as a methodology to move the energy forward. If you look at the card on the bottom left, the idea of a portal, the idea of liberation, rising up to the right corner at the top, we see your energy standing in this place, receiving this energy, taking in light and sunlight, and sending out seeds for new growth toward becoming the Keeper of Harmony. It is the manifestation of the energetic exchange that happens between the human realm and the soul journey, the yin and yang of those two places, and how the energy rises and flows between the spiritual realm and the human walk. So if you take a look at the bottom right-hand corner, we see a prophecy. Rising through the energy of the spinner of growth into this place, through the aperture of the full moon, the Imaginer of Harmony. And on the spirit realm, I just want you to notice there are 3 major arcana cards in a row, and 2 on the human realm, followed by a prophecy. It's a phenomenal reading. It's very exciting to me to see this going forward. Most of you know, I've said it a bunch of times, I'm a Virgo. And this is what, to me, when I saw these cards come out, this is how my life has felt over the past year. Since I made the, Spirit's teasing me, cataclysmic decision to start a YouTube channel. Something I never thought I would ever do. I had no desire. And something happened, a lot went on last year. Earth signs, because Pluto is in the first sign of Capricorn, we've been going through a lot of upheaval, a lot of shift and change. Some of us have been through a lot of loss. Some of us have had Spirit's talking to me about cataclysmic change. I think partly because I'm talking about my journey. There was something cataclysmic that happened in my life at the very end of 2016 that caused me to become really angry. and fed up, so to speak. And finally, I put my foot down in my own life and I said, that's it. I'm not doing this anymore. I can't bear it. I need to do the thing I'm called to. I don't know how, but I'm going to step out and see what happens. And the rest is history, so to speak. So take a look at the outcome card. Virgo, that's us. That is the High Priestess. That is a major arcana card. This is the Guardian of the Gateway. And now, sometimes I'm getting a little choked up. The Guardian of the Gateway, do you see how the evolution and the shift and change and how the energy evolves? She holds her personal power in her hand. And she is firmly in command of the spiral of destiny. And she stands directly aligned with the Sacred Mother, through which souls transition. And so we have come to the gateway. The dawning of 2018, the active principle in 2018 is what's coming through. Very fertile, a lot of growth going forward as we spread our wings and begin to lift into this journey. It's something that feels very, I'm not even sure what the word is. There's words come through about the sacredness of the moment, obviously, and coming into the true nature of who we are as Virgos. And if ever, Virgo, right? The Earth Mother, all that kind of stuff, really grounded, very deeply connected to the spiritual realm, the High Priestess. And Virgo, if ever there was anyone that embodies this energy, it's us. I don't know about you, but, in the time of my birthday, I'm going to toggle back so you can look at the cards while I wrap up. When it gets to be the end of summer and my birthday starts to roll around, that's kind of how I feel. I feel as though I'm walking through something very sacred, and I'm watching the turning of the earth and all the bounty that comes and preparing for the harvest and all that kind of stuff that if you look up Virgo online, you see all these words about that. It is about coming into the maturity of our being, because we are literally reflecting the soul journey in order to go forward into the next moments of 2018 and live through the destiny that is awaiting us. We stand at the gateway. How beautiful is that? Virgo, thank you so much for being here with me. Again, I just want to forward my gratitude to all of you. I'll be looking forward to discussing with you on the thread of discussion below the video. Let me know what's going on in your life. I'm really curious. And thank you so much. Whatever this energy is that was transitioned here, arriving into this place, into the little portal in which I live, so that we all can know with certain clarity that magic is in the air and something very special is unfolding. Thank you, Virgo. I look forward to speaking with you in May and communicating with you. Some of you have begun to visit the website, moonrisecottagesoultarot.com, and I love that. I love having your messages and chatting with you through the website. Have a wonderful month.